Hi everyone, my name is Martha and I'm a leader of a church in Hitchin in Hertfordshire, and here are my 3 top tips for remaining faithful in ministry. The dictionary describes faithfulness as remaining loyal and steadfast. And this is particularly difficult, isn't it, when life is tough, when there's obstacles in our way, when we're finding things really challenging. And so how do we remain faithful in our ministry during those times? Well, my first top tip is to remember that we are a disciple of Jesus before we're anything else. To keep Jesus as the priority, as the centre of all that we're doing. And while our ministry can be great and, very fulfilling at times, actually it's not the end goal. That the end goal is to be a follower of Jesus, to remain close to him and to have our kind of priorities in order. And I think when life is tough, to remember that keeps us kind of faithful to what God is calling us to. My second top tip is to remember the why. I know for me, when I'm struggling, when I'm finding life hard, that it's easy to forget why I felt called in the first place. To remember those things that I felt God was calling me to years ago or months ago or even maybe just weeks ago. And so my second tip is to remember the why. Why did God call you to where you are currently? What were the things that he was calling out to you, the gifts, the abilities, and the journey that he wanted to take you on, and to remember that during those tough times. And my third top tip is to remember that you are never alone. When we think about faithfulness, we need to remember that God is faithful to us before we're ever faithful to him. That our ministry is never something we do out of our own strength or out of our own abilities really, but actually we do it in participation and alongside God, who is already doing stuff, who's already moving, who's already way ahead of us in some ways. And so to remember we're not alone, to remember that we're doing it with God, and that is a really important part of our ministry, but also to remember that we're not alone from other people either. There are those friends and people we're connected to that want to support us, want to kind of come alongside us. And when we're struggling, when we're kind of feeling that life is tough, to invite other people onto that journey with us and to ask them to help us in those times, to ask them to help us with that kind of faithfulness. And so 3 top tips: that keep Jesus at the centre, remember your why, and know that you're not alone, and ask for help when you need it. Thanks so much.